Yeah, always. You know that, Steve. I would never deny you from coming on the show. You helped me just as much as, coming up through the radio show. You were there in the beginning for me as well. So, it always helped me get listeners too. And you do have loyal fans out there and that do follow you and do tune in because of you. So it's just not, it's just not my listeners and shit like that. So hopefully Dave's got some fans out there too.
Oh yeah.
I'm just busting balls.
No, he's definitely got some fans out there. I mean, and it's great because like I said early on at the beginning of this, conversation interview, I was a big fan of his band, and whenever our bands would play together, it was like one of those bands I really, really looked forward to playing with.
Yeah, same here, man.
Yeah, and it was just like, it was so cool that, like when Dave told me, that he was, from the Keefs and he was the guy in the Keefs, I was like, oh, that's fucking great.
You know what I find amazing about that story, not to interrupt you, but you actually found someone on fucking Craigslist. That's amazing.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Dave. Was it Craigslist or was it Facebook?
It was actually on Facebook. I'd seen it like probably close to a month before. I was actually in Florida when I hit him up, and just kind of I got away. Like the Keefs had ended. I was looking to do something different. I just didn't want to do the same band again. And I'd always liked his stuff. And like I thought about hitting him up when I saw it, and I just kind of waited a little bit. I didn't want to rush it, and then I was just like, fuck it, man. And then it's turned into something real cool. It was actually on Facebook, though I do frequent the Craigslist, and I do put up ads on Craigslist. So I'd like to think people still look on like the musician's grapevine kind of deal,
Right.
Well,
but it's good. I'm actually glad it was. And now that you're saying it, I do remember. Yeah, it was Facebook. So that's good. We won't have the Craigslist curse.
It's a step above Craigslist, but
at least a step, right?
It's still amazing to find someone normal on there too. So I'm still amazed that I'm at 1,000 friends. I'm like, wow, I actually kept 1,000 friends on this place, but I don't know. I actually, Steve knows I was in a band and shit and did a bunch of stuff. I actually put an ad on Craigslist for several months looking to actually pay people to learn 10 or 12 of the songs that I did in previous bands. These guys down here, they don't even want to get paid. They're so lazy. It's like, oh my God. I'm like, Jesus, I can't even find 3-4 guys that I can pay to gig. Where else are you going to make? I'm going to give you $75 for you to play for me for a night. Wow. I'm just not paying for rehearsals. I'll pay you to go to the show and shit, because I know eventually it's going to be a big enough crowd where I'm going to make the money back and make enough to pay them. But it's like, I can't believe I'm going to pay them out of my own pocket just to show up and play for the 45 minutes, and they don't even do it. That's crazy. It's amazing.
That's like waving money in front of a musician and then not like stumbling to grab it. That's odd.
I was saying maybe I should have just said, here's a bottle of Jack and a 20 bag of weed, and maybe I get them to fucking play.
Yeah, you probably would have gotten like 5,000 responses. Which everyone was probably like playing the skeptic, like this guy's not going to pay. Someone's saying they're going to pay you.
They
probably just didn't believe you, Jay.
You're right. That's probably what it was. They probably didn't believe that I was actually going to pay them. But you know what? Being a musician, I would want to get paid too. I'm just asking you to be my cover band, even though they're my songs. But they're all like, well, we want to write songs and go out and play. So go do that with someone else. Here's what was it going to cost me? $225 to bring 3 guys to play for me for once a month, do a couple of big shows. I had a festival or 2 I could have played in like Kentucky or Indiana or something like that. So it would have been good eventually. They would have got paid more for that, of course, but whatever. You're probably right. They probably didn't believe me because it was on Craigslist.
You still got your feelers out there, right? Like, it's still a possibility of you doing that.
Yeah, I could always, I would still always do it. I mean, I feel like I'm getting a lot older with all the shit that's been happening, in the real world, I guess, and not the radio world. But it's been a rough couple of years. So just working fucking desk job and shit like that. It's, I'm not that active, and I just feel like I'm getting old. So it's like, it's either now or never. I guess I gotta get back out there or something.
Yeah, I look forward to hearing that and seeing that, man. That'd be really cool to see that aspect of you. I haven't seen it really.
Yeah, I mean, my last band and stuff, it was the egos got in the way. We were really good. People were, we were building up a good following. We were only together like 8 months, and just the egos got in the way, and it just ruined it. And then I did a song after that with one of the guys from Buck Cherry and a couple of other people, and it did all right. And then I just really, I went back into the radio thing, so it kind of consumed me trying to get the site back up and running and shit like that. So maybe one of these days, if I can find the right guys here, but with all the shit going on, who knows? It's just one of those things, I guess. But I would love to, man. It's still in my veins.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing where it's like the stars almost
right.
have to line up. To do it right anyway.
Right. And this is kind of my way of staying involved in it, because I hooked up with Cold Cock Whiskey and started getting a bunch of their bands on the show, and they've been promoting and I've been promoting them. So it's, it's been a lot of time doing that, and, looking for bands and answering emails. That's 90% of my day. I come home from work and I'm still working on this shit. So I'm sure that feeling. But,
oh yeah.
But
full-time job.
Yep. And that, and then doing the Spoiling the Dead and exclusive shows. It's like I feel like I do 17 hours of radio a day, and I don't even do it every day. But it is every day, so it's just a bitch. But yeah, man,
right. We're doomed to love what we do. It's like that's why we do it, man. That's why we put the blood, sweat, and tears in. It's like having 3 full-time fucking jobs, but you know what? I'll take this over, working a 9 to 5 or, flipping burgers any day of the week.
Yeah, I hear that. That's why I'm trying to build the site back up, and every day it gets harder to do the show, but I still do it because I want to achieve what I want to get to and then take it from there, basically. So, I mean, it's growing at enough pace now where hopefully some of the people will go to the site and visit some of my sponsors and do all of that shit, and it'll help me revamp the site around to make a better show. But
definitely.
it's going to take a while. It's like building a band. It's I've tried rebranding a couple of times in different formats. It's a bitch. It's hard. It's hard to do radio, and a lot of people think I'm just going to start a station. I've been there. I've done that. It's hard to get people to listen. It's easier to get people to focus on one show. I did enough trial and error to know that I'm going to get more listeners live and then on a rebroadcast just to a show than for them waiting to come on a station. The show's on demand. Once this show is done, it's there forever. It's a better way to advertise your band and your product, because it's going to be on a site for you to replay 24/7. You put a commercial on my show, it's not going anywhere until I remove it and re-upload it. So it's just one of those things that, people got to understand they're getting a good value to participate in the show and, good promotion. So I think the last time you were on, like 600 people listened in the first week. So, that's a lot of people, and that was when I was just coming back. So
right. Well, let's hope we get some more numbers and some more of the good word, so to speak, out there.
Yeah, you always pull through, so it's one of those good things. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I have a lot of respect for what you do. I know it's not an easy gig, so
Yep.
I hope it continues to be a success for you, and I'm pretty convinced it is going to be, and it's going to continue to grow.
Yeah, I mellowing out over the past couple of years doing it. I was a little bit crazier than I am now, but that's what people want to hear. And sometimes I get a little crazy, but those are I had this one guy. It was one of my best shows when the guy booked to come on and didn't call in. I was fucking ripping pissed. I was going crazy. People were writing me going, that was the best radio show I ever heard. I'm like, fuck you, you motherfucker. Don't ever contact me again. I went nuts, but it's great. I love it.
Funny, hey man, it's you can make Shinola from shit.
Yeah.
You had a great show from the guy not calling in.
And it was one, it was like I was down in the dumps at first, and then as the show went on, and then people are messaging me, I'm like, this is so fucking good. This is the greatest thing ever that he didn't call in. But it's a bitch, because I get these guys who think, they're the shit, and I'm like, I can get guest after guest. That's not the problem. So I'm like, I don't care what band you're in. You call me late, you disrespect me, you don't call in. I don't give two shits. I won't have you on the show. I don't care. Like once I got into an argument with my wife, like if Axl Rose was scheduled to call in, I'd be like, fuck you, motherfucker, you're 25 minutes late. She thinks I wouldn't tell him. I'm like, I'd rip him a new ass. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He might hang up on me and never come on the show again, but you know what? That's me. I don't give a fuck. That's why it's the Jay Stone show.
That's why we love you, Jay. Yeah.
Steve used to call me up at fucking 2:00 in the morning singing my theme song. It actually ends the show now, so it's my outro song. Jay Stone. He called just to have people listen to my voice. Just to hear my voice. He'd be like, dude, do it for him.
I love that. I still love that. I was thinking about
funny.
that earlier today.
That's funny. That's
I
funny.
still love that.
I go, yep, that's fine. I tell people that story all the time. It's just one of those things. But Steve's the one that keeps coming back to the show, so I'm doing something right. Or he's out of his mind.
They're both.
But, I'll let you guys go, man. It's been an hour. I appreciate you calling in and taking the time to sit with me and shit like that. So the website's coming out. It's going to be nymphogeist.com. You can find them on Facebook. I don't know if they're Twittering, twatting, whatever, Sonic Bids.
Yeah, we got the Twitter twat thing and, photo fuck it and all that stuff.
So, if you got anybody out there that's listening, wants to get in touch with them, or I'll direct you to their site, whatever the case is, feel free to email me. And maybe once the CD's done and shit, we'll have some giveaways to promote the CD for these guys and shit like that, and get you guys a copy of it.
Yeah, count us in. I would love to do that.
Cool. We'll definitely next time maybe take some, listener questions and shit like that, and get some questions answered by fans. I just
that'd be great.
I was going to do that over the past couple of days, but we had some shit happen, personally, that I can't talk about right now on the air, but so I didn't have really the time to do that. But next time, I think we'll push that, and we'll have,
that'd be a lot of
fans
fun.
call in. Because actually now I can have you on the phone and then have callers Skype in. So even if we get some fans to call in, that would be pretty cool as well. And if you guys ever feel like doing maybe an acoustic thing over Skype or something, maybe we can set that up as well. I did one last week that went pretty well. So
that's cool. Yeah, that's a good idea. We'll definitely keep that in mind.
Cool. So, all right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for calling in. Stay on the line with me just a second. I'm going to play another song off Steve's solo CD. This is called Hollow. I'm Jay Stone. You listen to my show live from Tarpon Springs, Florida at rockmetaltalk.com.